All right, the Utah Jazz lose badly to the Sacramento Kings in Summer League. Guys, this may not be that long of a stream today. We're going to get through this. We've got a Lauri Markkanen rumor I got to do a video of. So we're going to talk about that. But let's talk quickly about the Utah Jazz Summer League today. I didn't get to do a video last game, so I wanted to do one with this one at least. And maybe we can talk a little bit about last game a little bit. I felt like Cody Williams has been an absolute bright spot for the Utah Jazz, looking more and more like a steal for them at number 10. His ability to basically do everything on the floor is great. What's up, Robert Lambert? Welcome to the stream. Like I said, probably not a long one today, but we're still going to do one because we do them every single time I can. I couldn't last time. My apologies. I was at a wedding. Anyways, Cody Williams tonight plays 30 minutes, and it was a dismal game for the Jazz. They start the game down 14-0. It was pretty bad. So a lot of this is just coming from the second half when they did better. But even in that first half, you just saw some nice flashes from Cody Williams. In a game where the Jazz were just terrible, he was 54% from the field, and that included 3 missed threes. So it's not great that he didn't hit those threes. But overall, just his ability to play pretty well, even in a game where the Jazz are playing just terribly, is really impressive. So he goes 6 for 11 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, an assist, a steal, 2 blocks, and just 3 turnovers with 14 points. And some of these were dunks. He had like 2 or 3 where he goes to the basket, cuts in half court, and scores. Really nice to see. You've got to be excited about Cody Williams if you're a Jazz fan, because last game as well, 21 points. He showed everything he could do. That three-point shot, it will come. It will be consistent. Obviously, the numbers aren't looking great from his time in Salt Lake, but that shot looks good. And like I said, when in Salt Lake Summer League, he looked good to me. And so it's nice to see that in Vegas, he has really kind of found his way, and he's only going to get better. We can tell that the skill is there, and it's really nice to see. So anyways, if you're a Jazz fan, be excited. Cody Williams is looking nice, especially last game, but tonight as well, even in a bad game, looked really bad. This was Taylor Hendricks' worst performance of the Summer League. He looked pretty terrible. For the game, Hendricks was 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. He did have 5 rebounds, 2 assists. But just did not impact the game in a positive way, and not great. You would like to see him doing more. As a second-year player, as the 9th pick in a vaunted draft, you would hope that he would be doing better. I'm going to chalk this one up to just a bad game, but you would hope that in Summer League, he would be dominating night in and night out, and we just did not see that tonight. Now, last game looked really solid, and that last game in Salt Lake City Summer League also looked great. I know that this kind of venue is not going to, he's a player that's completely dependent right now on being set up to score, mostly catch and shoot threes, playing defense. But man, it's rough. You would like to see him do a little more, and you can tell the Jazz are trying to get him to do a little bit more, and it's not really working out. At least this game, it did not work out all that great. So he is a work in progress for sure, he's a project. Filipowski has, it was weird when the Jazz started saying he was going to play power forward. It didn't make sense to me. Why? He's going to be a center if he's going to do anything successful in the NBA. So trying to put him at the power forward is like, this is just dumb. It's a waste of time. And lo and behold, you put Filipowski at the center, and things are looking much better. He is an NBA center. That is clear. He's 7 feet tall. He can do a lot of things. I know everyone wants to compare him to, I guess Olynyk, because that's the recency bias of Jazz fans. But when I look at Kyle Filipowski, there's a little bit of Vucevic there, especially tonight. He had some fadeaway shots. He had some rebounds, dunked the ball. Tonight in 23 minutes, he scores 13 points. And he does that with 5 rebounds and 2 assists and a blocked shot. He looks really comfortable at that center spot. When that 3-point shot starts falling, you can tell right now he's kind of not super comfortable taking it. It hasn't been falling. So he's got to work on that. But you can tell he's the type of player that will take it. And he took it a lot in college and knocked him down. So I'm actually pretty happy with what we're seeing from Filipowski. You would hope Hendricks would be improving, but I tell you what, the passing from Filipowski has been nice. And if you listen to that interview that Will Hardy gave where he talked about Filipowski, one of the things he really liked was that he was passing the ball. He liked what he was showing just in that way. So Filipowski can do a lot of things really nice. I don't know if he's going to be an offensive hub, but I think he can definitely be kind of like a Vucevic type of player where you can shoot the ball. He does a lot of things on offense, pass it, shoot it, rebound. He can drive and do a lot of nice things. And when that three-point shot starts falling for him, he has a chance to be a really nice offensive player. And defensively, he's actually looked not too bad to me. I mean, I don't know if he's ever going to be this defensive monster or anything like that. But as just an offensive player, he looks pretty solid, and there's just something that you can build on there. I don't know. Tavion Kinsey's fine. Some of these guys I don't even care to talk about. Baisley looked a little lost today, but he had some moments. He's such an athlete. It's nice to see. That one block shot he had was on a three-point shot. That was pretty crazy, but I don't have a lot to say outside of the Jazz rookies. Collier looked to me like one of the worst nights of the Summer League for him. It was pretty brutal. And you see that in the 7 turnovers. And honestly, it was Collier's struggles in that first half that really kind of the wheels fell off of the Jazz. You needed him to be a lot better. And this, he's played so well. He was due a bad game, but tonight it was especially bad. 7 turnovers. One of the things we saw that was really nice for him was that his assisted turnover ratio. His assisted turnover ratio has been really good. And tonight it was really not. So he kind of came down to earth a little bit. 7 turnovers to just 3 assists. He did have 3 steals, and he did look a little better in the second half. But yeah, that's not great when you have 9 points and you almost have just as many turnovers. So rough stuff for Isaiah Collier, but he'll get better. We've seen that he's really a nice point guard. I don't know if he's going to be a starting point guard in the NBA. We'll see. Maybe he can develop into something really nice, or maybe he's just a nice all-around guard that you can come have play backup and occasional spot starts. Who knows? We'll see. We're going to let him develop and see what he can become. But so far, what we've seen from him is an ability to play point and make some nice reads. He had some nice passes tonight too. He's just got to, this is good experience. That's what Summer League is for, is to play against a team like the Kings that have a bunch of players that aren't going to be in the league, a bunch of guys playing their hearts out to make the G League. And the Jazz kind of got blitzed by a bunch of like G League and Euro League guys that were playing their hearts out. And they, you got to get up for that and do better. Because even those guys, the thing is, what's interesting about the G League and the Euro League and then the NBA is there's sometimes a pretty thin line between those leagues. The athleticism in the G League is very good, and a lot of those guys are like, every single player on the floor tonight is like the all-time leading scorer of somewhere, They're all good players, and they're playing their hearts out to make it into the NBA. It's why the NBA is so hard. And so you got to be able to get up for games like this and really show your toughness. That's what I liked, actually, a few moments from Filipowski where he really showed toughness, like with his screens and just being physical. I like seeing that. That's the type of stuff you want to see. Are you tough? Can you power through things? That was what was nice with Cody Williams, is the Jazz had such a terrible start to the game. And it was really powered by a really tough game for Isaiah Collier, who was struggling to, stop turning the ball over. And it wasn't just him. It was everyone else. But look at that. 7 turnovers. Really tough. But that was nice to see. Filipowski showed some toughness. And Williams is showing to be a really nice player. Just an absolute steal for Utah at 10. And so we'll see what he can become and where he goes. But so far, it's looking like a very nice pick for Utah at 10. And the players from last year that we're looking at, we're not going to see Sensabaugh anymore because of the tear in his finger. But Cody Williams and Keontae George are certainly looking like players that the Jazz can build around. You really hope that Taylor Hendricks can continue to just be a contributor. He's a spot-up three-point shooter right now that plays defense, and that's really what he is. And that's nice. But you would like to see a little bit more. Can he have a bounce-back game on the next one? Guys, that's all we got tonight. Let's give a shout-out to our All-Stars. This is a quick one tonight. Let's give a shout-out to Baby Elliott Matson, Nathan Butnett Burkhart, Christian House Money to Haas, the Outlaw Jesse James Nelson, Ezekiel Raicibe, the man from down under, See Ya, Alexa Later, Built Ford Tough, Alexander Tufts, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de abajo, Jordan the Goat Besserell, Tyson Price, The Price is Right, Austin, our grand editor extraordinaire, KG10 to TH5, Patrick Kuba, the Connoisseur, and Robert Hall of Fame. Guys, this is a quick one. I apologize. I would like to do longer. I've got some other things for SLC Dunk I got to do, and I would like to do another Lowry Markkanen video. Looks like Robert's already talking about it. Some news came out. There's a few things to mention. I'll get that video up here soon. Guys, like and subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you're a Jazz fan. I will talk to you next time.